Norchad, you got 2,000 points for your career tonight. What does that milestone mean to you?
I just got to give thanks to God, first of all. Without him, none of this would be possible. Just being in this program around all these great people, we put God in first place always, and, I just got to give him all the glory.
Josh, I guess what was maybe some goals that y'all had tonight? What were some specific things that you guys wanted to accomplish?
First off, I want to thank God for putting me in this position I'm in right now. But I'll probably say the goal was like getting our rhythm back because everyone went home for 6 days. Probably some guys probably didn't touch the basketball. They were just hanging out with the family. So I feel like this game, the goal was to help us get our rhythm and get ready for like B12 conference. So yeah.
Norchad, obviously you've made a living out of rebounding the basketball your whole career, 24 of them tonight. What's just your mindset as you're trying to attack a rebound?
I really don't think about it. It just come natural. Like I said, I give from God. I really don't think about it. There's nothing behind it. I just try to play the hardest, rely on instinct and, do what I do at this rebound.
For both of y'all, how cool was it to see, those guys on the bench get in at the end of the game and basically all of them get buckets?
For me, we are a team that celebrate the culture of joy, Jesus orders yourself. So we know when they win the game, they're cheering for us and happy for us being in the game. So we gotta do the same. That's the team bonding that we need in a team where no one is kind of being selfish about not playing or coming out of the game. But when you're in the game, your teammates have your back, they train for you. So you gotta do the same for when your teammate goes in the court.
Summarize it, we love each other. So we happy when they're doing something great.
Yeah, sure.
Josh, you mentioned kind of getting that rhythm back after the break, and now looking ahead towards Big 12 play, just kind of, do you feel like this team is where it needs to be at entering, the heart of the schedule?
Yeah, for me, I would just say there's a saying like a team that's together is a team that's gonna go far. So I feel like we have that team bonding, or everyone loves each other, everyone want to see each other progress. So I feel like just having that as a team, that's gonna actually help us when we. Because there's going to be obstacles during the season, but when obstacles come, but because we have the bond, we're together, I feel like that's going to help us, cross the obstacles, so yeah.
Norchad, what can you guys take out of this non-conference schedule and learn from, build on as you do start Big 12 play?
Well, first of all, it was a lot of new players coming in the season, a whole new roster. So I think we take the team bonding, like what Josh said, to me, that's the biggest. If we love each other, we're going to fight for each other, we're going to play for each other, we're going to die for each other, we're going to do whatever for each other, and that's the biggest thing. So I think that's something that we've been building, and we're in the right spot.
Norchad, you're obviously a former ACC guy. What are you looking forward to most about Big 12 competition? What do you know about it? What have your teammates kind of been telling you about it?
Yeah, that is really physical. That is the conference made for me because I love physicality, so I'm looking forward to that.
Anybody else? All right.
Thank you.
Well, from a coaching standpoint, I think this game accomplished everything that we wanted it to. Able to get the rust out, able to try a bunch of different lineups, work on a couple things, and at the same time be able to play a lot of guys and get a chance with the long break to have a game before conference. So really pleased with a lot of the things, and especially the fact that we only had one practice before we played, and that was great to be able to let guys stay home Christmas Day.
Norchad got a special milestone tonight with 2,000 points. Just what has he meant here in this short time at Baylor?
Well, Norchad's somebody that everybody respects his work. He's extremely hard worker, extremely diligent, a really thoughtful, caring guy who just got engaged over Christmas, so he's had a pretty good week. Yeah.
Sorry. How fun is it when, you get those bench guys in at the end of the game and they all basically get buckets?
Yeah, as a team, you love. They do so much work behind the scenes and have great attitudes and really compete, and a lot of times don't get a chance to show that they've improved. And the fact that they were able to get minutes out there and get a chance to all score. Rob did a great job making sure that happened, and I thought Jason playing close to 15 minutes, 9 rebounds, really did a good job on the glass and really showed some good aggressiveness.
Coach in the back, on the Zoom presser, you talked about how important it is to defend home court. And to get a win like this in dominant fashion, how much does this kind of boost the confidence of the team now going into conference play?
Well, you definitely want to have a good feeling going into the conference grind. And at the same time, I know we want everyone to go to Houston, cheer on the Bears down there. But if you can't make it, it's a great opportunity to invite some family, friends to the Foster because the price is right. You can tell them you bought the tickets. They can buy lunch or dinner for you, and you take care of the rest.
Scott, what makes Norchad as good as he is on the boards? I mean, just relentless.
Well, I think first he's got a great physicality, and then he's got a great feel and nose for the ball. And if you have those two things, you're going to be a good rebounder. Rico Gathers very similar as far as physical, but had a nose for the ball. And at the end of the day, as a coach, some people got touched, or some don't. Some got a nose for the ball, some don't. He's got a great feel, and good rebounders assume every rebound is to them, and that's part of it too, going for every rebound.
You mentioned accomplishing kind of everything in this game that you wanted to, I guess. Do you feel like, looking back at the non-conference slate, do you think that you accomplished what you needed to be fully prepared for Big 12 play?
Well, we'll find out, but definitely thought that playing the 2 scrimmages we did, and then playing the 5 high major teams, I think that really, and then besides that, we played some good guarantee games that were teams that have a chance to win their conference, and really did a great job playing well in those games and not giving them a chance. So I thought you always wish you were instead of 2-3, 4-1, or 5-0, but at the same time, I think probably all of us kind of learned something at the same time, and that is teams that return backcourts, especially that have been in a program for a couple of years, are really in an advantage early in the season. You see that with Tennessee, you see that with Gonzaga.
You haven't probably done your full scout on Utah yet, but what do you see from the Utes, including a couple guys you know?
Well, first and foremost, love Miro, love Caleb, and they're great teammates, great guys, and so appreciative they spent time here at Baylor. Now we don't want them to be successful when they're here on the court again, but Utah is a really well coached, disciplined team. And they're always going to play hard. They're always going to play the right way. It's one of those teams that schematically do a lot of good things and make it tough on a defense. So you have to beat them. Sounds like every Big 12 coach and every Big 12 program. We don't have as much familiarity, obviously, with the first time going against this coaching staff and going against this team. But definitely know about Miro and Caleb, and nothing but great respect for them.
Scott, we're coming up on a year since y'all opened the Foster Pavilion. I mean, how much of a difference maker has this venue been for y'all? And I mean, how much are you looking forward to continue that into conference play?
Well, I mean, you look at it, and because of the way scheduling kind of goes, you don't have as many marquee home games in the non-conference, and we all feel bad about that, but it is what it is. at the same time, having 20 conference games and having a chance to have an extra home one. I think everybody knows Big 12 games, if you play really hard and compete really well, usually they come down to a possession or two. So the crowd's a huge help, and we need all the assists we can get starting with the 31st. So hopefully if you're not able to go to Houston, you're able to come here.
Josh and Norchad both kind of said they think the key maybe to conference playing, just the key to playing well, is how tight-knit this group is. You've obviously coached championship caliber teams. Just where do you feel like this team kind of stands in that aspect compared to some of the best that you've coached?
Well, I think our staff really did a good job of trying to bring in guys that they thought would blend well and have good chemistry and represent the university the right way. And as a staff, we're blessed to be around really good guys that you enjoy working with and going to practice with every day. And in today's culture, where you have so much turnover, it's like playing the stock market. You're not going to get them all right. But what happens is if you get a couple really bad eggs, it can mess it up for everybody. And we haven't had that, and that's really blessed by that. Now, teams that have been together 3 or 4 years, and there's only a couple of them, they have a big advantage over teams that haven't. But at the same time, we really like the guys that we have and the unselfishness. I mean, 26 assists. The 19 turnovers, we don't need to share it with the other team that much, but
Kind of took my question, but I'll build on that a little bit. Like, when you do have so many new guys, how do you sort of foster that togetherness, that camaraderie?
Well, and I think there's things that coaches can do, but it's still, if it's orchestrated, it's not as good as just the natural, them spending time in the locker room, them spending time in a restaurant or in the apartments. And I think that just comes down to what's Baylor about, and who do we want to represent Baylor, and who do we think fits in with this team. And normally you have a pretty good gauge of they're a Baylor kid, they'll fit in and really enjoy being with this team. And a lot of our guys have said it's the closest team they've been on, and some have been on a couple different teams. So you love to hear that. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Happy New Year to you guys.